Welcome, friends. It is I, Hi-Rez Studios, and it's time for the vlog. In the background is going to be a Fenrir game, and this game is it's a journey. It is quite the journey. So Fenrir, I've consistently gone 25 and like 1 or 25 and 2 with. This time, I just blow it pretty bad. I don't know what's going on. Well, I know the reason. So this game's is pretty crazy. The back and forth that happens before the ending of the whole thing, but there's a lot of intense moments, so it's worth watching. But it's not a regular game because we have a lot of games, and this one, not the perfect game, so yeah, it's not going up. After what happened with Sobek, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit less good about putting up games where I do okay, because I got laid into a little bit. So I put up the Sobek game, and there's people who assume I don't know how to play support, people assume I just don't know how to play the game. I got criticism for Sobek, that one's fine. Criticism for my play of Sobek, that's fine. I learned from it, and I'm playing better Sobek for that. But the ones that some people just said some things that were not very nice about my Sobek play. So, yeah, I don't really feel good about putting up another game where I do terrible, but teammates do well after that one. And Fenrir is an example where I do very okay. So here it is as a vlog. It's still a good game, though. It's a pretty good game, with some of the craziness that happens in it. There's some good moments. Bakasura guide's out, Bacchus guide's out, made 2 guides this week because I could. Working ahead, we got to work ahead on LP, work ahead on Smite, work ahead on everything, because Comic-Con's coming. I'm going to be gone for a week because of Comic-Con. Because of that, I just got to work ahead. So some of the videos will be a bit dated, but that's the nature of the beast. If I don't do that, then there's no content at all, so that's what's going to happen there. So let's see, what to talk about. Let's talk about, let's talk about the patch that's coming up. There are some changes already made to it, which, of course. First thing I'll talk about, the jungle changes. Every time we make a jungle guide, it gets out of date within like a month or so. Every time. And because of that, we learned that whenever Smite does a big change, they do another big change to the jungle a couple of months later. That's what I've learned. When they change the map, jungle got changed later. Well, when they changed that, jungle got changed, but then they changed the jungle again. We made the jungle guide, the first one, and then jungle got changed. The entire map got changed, so we had to make another one. And then changes happened, so we had to make another one. Then we had to make addendums and stuff like that. Because the jungle just keeps getting changed. Every time we make a guide every couple months, it gets changed. So SWC happens to make a bunch of big changes. They do some changes to the buffs and everything. I'm like, okay, this is not going to stay. In a couple months, it's going to change. So we'll do a guide in June when they change it in May. I was off by about a month or so because it's almost July right now. So yeah, they're changing it, and I was just off by a little bit. So we'll probably work on a jungle guide in like 2 months or something like that. It should hold by then. Bastet guide not going to happen for like a couple weeks because of Comic-Con pushing things back. I'm not going to do Bologna guide yet. I feel like Bologna might get changed a little bit more because her kit just does everything. So I feel like they might do one more thing to her before she's solid. So I don't want to do her yet. So we're going to move over to Cabraca. So we're going to skip Bologna after Bastet. And then after him would be Chalk, who has not seen a lot of play lately. So I'm going to be curious how I do that guide. He's only in the solo right now. He can jungle though. With the new jungle, he can do... So, the new jungle, let's talk about this. So, the mid-Furies, they're back at 10 seconds. But the thing to think about is, they're back at 10 seconds, but the camps aren't the same as they used to be. So, there's going to be conflict. You're going to have the duo and the mid fighting for one mid-Fury group, and then the jungle and solo fighting for the other. Or they don't do the mid at all, and they go and steal camps. What I'm going to do is, enemy team goes for the mids, I'm going to steal their blue. That's my plan. When patch comes out, that's my plan. What they did was they nerfed how much gold, and I think also XP that you get. No, they nerfed XP for sure, I don't know about gold. From the mid-Furies. The big Furies, which you also get one in the small camps. And I think they increased the worth of the small camp Furies as well. That is something they did after... That's what they did based on PTS. They also, just in general from the patch notes, is that all the jungle camps have less HP, they hit less hard, so they're just easy to kill. Because that Hog got weakened really badly, Hog is crap now. And Hog is not useful for laning at all, so that really hurts solo warriors a lot. That really hurts them. It might even hurt solo junglers outside of Loki. That's not good there. Which I guess brings back the mages a little bit in that way. They also give them pen boots to help with fighting warriors. But that does jack shite for hunters. Hunters are still going to own the solo lane, from looking at this. It's more like you cut out the warriors, but the hunters are still going to be there. And hunters are the big problem. The double hunter meta is still going to be around from what I could tell. The only way it's going to get circumvented is if this double jungle meta that some people are trying to do becomes the meta. And that becomes the meta because the jungle's so easy to clear now. We're seeing Kret test out Hell. having hell with whoever's the jungler just go and do everything because there's so many camps to take, and the camps come up more often. 80 seconds on the small Fury camps now. 3 minutes still on blue and purple. No, 3 minutes on them, 4 minutes on red and orange still. So those camps are the same. So there's just so many camps to take, and they come up often. They get cleared very easily. You don't even need hog anymore. Because of that, we might see double jungle come back. Double jungle was the thing with the old jungle. It was very effective. I enjoyed doing it. It was way too effective. So we'll see if they nerf that more. But they brought back the mid Furies to bring more diversity, so you can consider doing the mids or doing camps instead. So that's cool there. But the side effect was that a lot of people were just picking level 1 team fight gods for the fights that have to happen at the start. So it narrowed down the roster. So because of that, it looks like they made the mid Furies less cost, but I don't know if that's good enough. Right there. Back in the day, when they got rid of the mid Furies at 10 seconds, it was to encourage invading, which is weird. And the idea is there's no more mids, so maybe they'll invade each other. Instead, we got some invasion, but more it was just, it stagnated towards everyone doing buff camps instead of the potential fight at mid. That's all that happened there. That's it. So bringing back the Furies, it's counter to what they originally wanted, but now you can potentially have fights at mid. But now they're making mid less worth, which means people will not fight over it as much. So they just keep going back and forth. It's a step forward, step back, step forward, step back. It's kind of what Hi-Rez does. So it's always like that. It's just weird with that. So you talked about hog. What I don't like about the hog change, which is another step forward, step back, is they weakened hog because, of course, jungle's weaker, so they shouldn't make it that strong. But it does hurt support use of hog. It hurts warrior support of usage of hog in the solo lane. So that is an interesting side effect going on there. And that's got to hurt a lot. That is going to hurt Sun Wukong really bad. That's for sure. So that side effect happens. We should see Vamana resurge because Vamana is pretty good without hog. So we might see some resurgence out of him. The Fatalist got 2 seconds on the pass, and now it's back to 1 second. They reverted that nerf, that buff there. I'm curious to see if they do any more changes before the patch goes forward on Tuesday or Wednesday. Really curious what's going to happen there. I don't think a weekend is enough time to test this thing. I feel like they should give it another week or two before they change the jungle, because we're talking, as much as I'd like to just get to the new jungle already, we're talking a big change, a big shake-up here. So I think it should get tested for a while before it goes into the main game and just gets a bunch of people unhappy. A lot of people are not happy with this patch about what they have in the jungle. I was initially not happy about it. Now I'm just going, we'll see how I adapt to it instead. Initially, I'm negative about a lot of things with Hi-Rez. This comes from just 3 years of Hi-Rez. This comes from just doing their stuff and just going, really? This is what you're doing? Like, Hi-Rez is a series of errors. If you look at their history, they are a series of errors. They do things right, but then there's a bunch of errors they do that really brings it down. And like, what, a year ago, or however long ago Nox happened, I made a video saying, I accept you guys for the assholes that you are. You guys just keep doing dumb shit like this, I accept it. The truth of the matter is I didn't accept it, because I keep having the standard of why the hell do they keep doing this? Truth of the matter is, I should have the bar low with Hi-Rez. I should keep it low, so that when they do stupid shit, it doesn't bother as much. Because it keeps bothering me a lot. It bothers me a lot, and I just keep getting on them about it. I'm trying to be honest about how I feel about a Hi-Rez, but maybe I'm doing it too much. And yeah, I probably am. The announcer packs were a big last straw for me, though. The Dry Bear and Bart packs, I complained about them last week. They've reverted some of Bart's lines already. Because of that. They're just dumb. But then they announced the Nox announcer pack and the Swagni announcer pack. The Swagni announcer pack, Agni says the F word, calls people bitch. I don't know if he says shit, but he does say a couple curses. They get bleeped out too. It's like, this is what's weird about these announcer packs, is they're so BM. Like, he has got a line that says, you act like a bitch, gonna slap you like a bitch. Like, he says, I'll smack you like a bitch. Swagni says in his announcer pack. It's good now that it's local. Should have been local from the start. Because it should be only the owner of that pack should hear it. Not everyone on your team. Not anyone on the other team should hear this BM at all. It's not cool with me. And so, it just doesn't make any sense having such stupid things being said in an announcer pack, but they're doing what they're doing with it. Now that it's local, I don't hate it as much. I still think it's a stupid concept. I don't know why anyone would want a pack that is so just full of bile like that, but it exists. Bart plays it off as them being over the top and being silly with it. And this is the thing you can say about Hi-Rez, is that they're really good at having fun and just being the fun company. But they're also being a very unprofessional company, and one that shoots themselves in the foot very often. And that's what frustrates me about Hi-Rez, is they do one step forward, one step back. One step forward, one step back. They just keep doing that. And so I need to have that stop bothering me as much as it is. Because we can't just keep hating Hi-Rez. I try to be critical, but it does irk me, and I need to just keep the bar low. Just keep the bar low. They're going to keep fucking up. It's just going to keep happening. Just try to enjoy the game. That's what I need to do personally. That's basically it. So not every freaking vlog is me ranting about Hi-Rez. That's what's important, is we don't have every vlog being negative in this way, where I'm just complaining about how they keep fucking things up. And that's really what I need to do. Like, hopefully there's not another thing that sets me off after the announcer packs. They're going local, that's good. It's dumb, but at least they're going local with that. So I don't have to hear them ever again. I still don't know why. Like, there's a lot of little things I could nitpick and be mad about. There's a lot of little things. So maybe I should just accept that they're just gonna be that way. Like, the jungle practice, there's still no attack speed buff in there, so you can't do a perfect practice check on anything. God Builder still doesn't let you check stacks on items that use stacks, which is a very odd thing there. Oh, by the way, Heartseeker and Doom Orb, they're a really hard thing to balance around. You want to make them risky and rewarding, but you don't want to make them too rewarding or too risky. So they just keep changing them, and now they've gone from too rewarding to too risky. And that's just how it is. That's how those kind of items work. So that's just going to keep going back and forth. Whether you like what they do with the Heartseeker and Doom Orb or not, it's a hard thing that they gave themselves when they created that item. An item with risk is just hard to balance. That's something I feel we have to accept on that one. Just little things like that. Just little things like that bother me because they've been there for so long. It'd be nice to see those get fixed, like the jungle practice, like I said. I also wish Spectator wasn't so bad. Spectator, the reason why you don't see more machine out of us is because Spectator is just so obtuse to use, and there were a lot of bugs with it when we were doing machinimas that were just not worth. Like, anything with Ares. Ares is such a buggy person in Spectator. I don't know about now, because we don't do machinimas anymore with it. But his stuff was really not good. Like, his chains, if he rewound at any point while his chains are out, they stayed on the screen from the rest of the game. You had to restart Spectator over and over again. Like, things that should not take... Like, things would just take hours and hours and hours just getting the Spectator footage when they should have been a bit easier to get. Which is very unfortunate. So, like, when Anuki made his God of War video, is a very impressive thing from all the editing that we know. Just seeing how he did that, just seeing that, like, we can see what he did to make these things happen, and we know that was not easy to do with the Spectator. And the problem is, stuff like what Anuki made is just too rare, and it's going to be because Spectator is just not friendly to machinima work, which is just too bad. It just is. I know a lot of people get on Smite over their casting, and we've already gone over that, like, his heart just wasn't in it, and when they just mess up the picks and bans and they put the wrong teams in the wrong places. Like, how is just this a lot of little dumb things. So setting the bar low might just be the way to go about it. Just go, it's Hi-Rez being Hi-Rez again. That just might be the way to do it. Ravana looks crazy. Apparently he's, they fixed a bunch of bugs with him. Apparently people really hate Ravana, though, which is too bad. He looks like he might be fun. Like, maybe he's gonna need some buffs or whatever. This is not a dry bear god. I believe this is a god from Fish Sticks? Hi-Rez Fish Sticks? Fish stuff? Hi-Rez Fish? Guy with fish in his name. Seems like a friendly guy. Probably should have looked up his name correctly. But I think this is his first god. So there's that, and then Dry Bear probably got the next. Because they usually have two teams making two gods. So that they can just go one after the other. Like, it's staggered. And Dry Bear's made the last couple ones, which is why people were mad at Dry Bear because they feel like Dry Bear's just messing it up. And now we got this guy making Ravana. People aren't happy about Ravana. Truth of the matter is, people aren't going to be happy about any god when they first come out, of course. I don't like. Let's look at it. Okay, Bellona's cool, but she does too many things. It's cool how much stuff she can do, but it's also too much. Medusa's cool. She was hitting really hard with her one. It's weird that came out. Apuch, he's a cool guy, but he could get a bit ridiculous as well. Who else was there that came out recently? And then you have... Who just came out? Oh, Ratatosker. Ratatosker was across the board. It's ridiculous. It's kind of weird how he came out, but he still did. And then he got nerfed across the board. Ratatosker got overshadowed by the Hunter meta, though, which is another weird thing. Is like how we had the Hunter meta for over a month. That was obnoxiously... I don't know why they didn't nerf it after all that time. So the goal... I keep saying it. The goal is to just accept that Hi-Rez sucks at some things and just go with it. I think that's the only way to go forward. So I stopped getting mad about things. But the problem is there are things that are worthy of getting mad about, like the announcer packs. So it's a balancing act. That's what it's basically got to be. It's got to be a balancing act. I'm just doing it right. I'm just being critical, but not so damn critical that's all we got. Is the way to go about it. I'm trying to think about it in my head, trying to parse it out, how we do this. I just don't like Hi-Rez as a company, I guess. I really don't. because they just keep doing things like this. The game's good, the game's fun. It's not always perfect, but it's fun for the most part. Like, there's things that, God, I could list more things I don't like about Hi-Rez, but we've done enough listing. We've done enough of that. Done enough saying things that Hi-Rez has done wrong. Still doing wrong, servers, but, something else. Let's talk about something else here. Something more positive. Actually, no, it's not going to be more positive, but it is. It's about me, so there's that. So I need to work on some things. I need to work on saltiness and rage. So setting the bar low helps with that. The problem, though, is people. Like, you can't fix people. That's the one thing. You can fix a game, you can't fix people. HOTS. Those who watched Thursday, I was really salty that game. I cursed what? I said the F word 213 times. Snack Hero counted it. In 3 hours. Because that game was just, it's not something HOTS can really do a thing about either. It's people was more so on that one than HOTS. Well, there's one thing they can do. So I played Ranked for the first time. Ranked is like Smite used to do it back in the day. You start at Bronze 5. This is why I have a bunch of Bronze 5 medals for Smite, because everyone started in Bronze 5. And I just did not care to get out of Bronze 5. I'm like, oh, this is just not actually very fun. I think I got the Silver one time, like, you know what, this was not worth the time. I'm better off making content instead of trying to grind this out. So rank starts at, in HOTS, you start at rank 50, and you gotta climb all the way up. So you start at 50, start with all the worst players in the game, and you have to climb out of it. Which is very not fun to do, because you gotta rely on people who are there for a reason. Some of them just have bad luck, some of them are just not that good, some of them are just starting. That's just how it is. So you're stuck there, and you gotta grind yourself out of it. So the first game had an AFK. He comes in halfway through the game, just starts complaining, saying it's GG. Yeah, because you weren't here. You weren't here for the game. That's kind of what happens. And we lose. That guy was a bit of a dick, wasn't fun. I blocked him, there you go. Second game, he's on the other team, and we get a AFK for the entire game. So that's 2 games in a row having AFKs. Really was getting irked by that. Like, I can handle like 1 or 2 bad games because they're one-offs, but 2 in a row, like, there you go. There you go. Okay, not feeling too great. A bit annoyed right now there. My teammates are giving me shit because of whatever weird play I might do or a misplay. You make one misplay, teammates get on your ass, which is very annoying in a competitive game. You could be going amazing for 10 minutes straight, make one mistake at 11 minutes, and your teammates just hate you. And I'm guilty of going like, what the hell was that? Sometimes, but I try to just go, that was the wrong move. I try not to say, you f***ing moron. Like, I was called a f***ing moron for one misplay, which is really annoying in the second game. So I'm getting a bit salty, getting a bit unhappy. Third game, the AFK from the second game is in the third game. So we see this happen again. AFK first game was in the second game on the other team. They won. AFK from the second game is on the other team in the third game, and they're actually playing, and they win. My teammates are being total jerks about it. It was not very fun. So I'm just saying the F-bomb a lot, because like this is getting really annoying. Fourth game, a viewer joins. Viewer's actually pretty good at the game. They're doing really good. Their internet cuts out, so they DC. So I lose my fourth game. I am absolutely livid at this point. Now that fourth game, I don't blame them. Their internet cut out. It's very unfortunate. That's too bad right there. If that was the only game that was like that, it would have been a one-off. I would have been fine. But because it was 4 games in a row, I was just furious at basically the void at this point. I'm just pissed off. I'm pissed off at the situation. Not at people, I'm pissed off at the situation. Because 4 games in a row, I cannot get an actual game going. There's an AFK, there's a DC, there's an AFK, there's a DC. It just keeps happening. Fifth game gets going, and I get trolls. I couldn't believe it. I got freaking trolls just talking crap, just doing stupid stuff. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I, for the first time in my life, intentionally fed to get the game finished early. I've never done this before. Not in the history of Smite ever have I done that. But in HOTS, I did it. Because I wanted that game to be done. And I just kept saying, no F's given. I just don't give an F. F this is effing stupid. Just really mad at the situation. Just mad at the people in this game. 6th game, I mute everybody. Play my hardest, we win the game. So apparently the way to do ranked is to mute everybody and hope you don't get an AFK or a DC. Apparently that's the way to play ranked in HOTS. And HOTS can't really fix that. That's the people problem. That's not a HOTS problem. And that's the problem with competitive games. It's like you have to rely on people who you aren't sure you can rely on. And sometimes they just are not reliable. That's just what happens. And it's very unfortunate. But that's just the nature of playing with other people. The problem, though, is people can be a problem in everything. There's backseat gaming no matter what you do. Single-player games, backseat gaming. Dark Souls, backseat gaming. Playing Ark, backseat gaming. Or when I did Ark online, before I went local, I try to make stuff, person comes around and kills me. I'm like level 7, level 31 comes and kills me. I try to build a house, some other high level shows up, kills me. I try to get a pet, high level comes up, kills me, kills my pet. Shit like that happens. Like, okay, people are dicks, so I'll go to local server. Playing local, doing things, hard fight, I having fun with the game. I hard fight to get to like level 10. Do a bunch of stuff to get to level 10. Guy comes in into the chat and he goes, LOL, you're only level 10? You can get that in 20 minutes, LOL. LOL, how you taking so long to level up? Like, I'm already level 65, LOL. Like, they kept putting LOL, it was getting really irksome. Now, this is the same day as HOTS. Now, if this was only this, I'd probably go, okay, you can just calm that down. Calm that down. Stop doing that. It's really dumb. I'm trying to enjoy the game. You care about the late game by getting to level 65, whatever, that's great. I'm trying to just have fun with the game. They're still giving me shit, so I banned them. Because I ain't gonna waste time on that. I just triumphed. I just fucking tamed a dinosaur. I'm so happy and triumphant. This guy comes in and just ruins the mood for me. No matter what you do, someone can come in and just ruin it. It's unfortunate. And you can talk about thick skin. And my skin's getting better, but it was a really shitty day. That skin was thin at that point. That person's banned. They're done. They're gone with. I don't care. If it was a better day, I would have just probably timed them out and just told them just lay off. And there's players like that who just care about getting to the end game as fast as possible. That's their fun. They're efficiently getting to the end game. That's their fun. My fun is the journey. Having fun getting there. Taming dinosaurs. Just building stuff. I'm having fun doing that. I don't care about leveling to level 60. I don't care about that. That'll happen in time. I'm trying to enjoy the game. Same thing happened in Wallenstein. It was really annoying. I'm like level 10, level 20 or whatever. I'm just enjoying the story, going through the quests. One of my viewers comes and is like, wow, you're only level 20? I've already got 2 characters at level 60. I'm doing all the endgame stuff. Wow, you're taking so long to make money. I can make that much money in 10 minutes. I have all this gold and blah. F off. I'm trying to just enjoy the game here. You're not lording your being ahead of me does what for anyone? What it does is it's going to make me ban you or time you out. If you're lucky, it makes me time you out. Because that is obnoxious and a waste of everyone's time. Jinx doesn't want me to be ban happy, so I try not to be. But if you're just going to be a dick, I don't really want you around. That's how I really feel about it. I don't care for dicks. I really don't. I just don't care for it. I just want to have fun and enjoy a game. Like coming back to Smite, we hear me talking smack while I'm playing, but they're never going to hear it. That's how I do it. That's why I'm okay with the announcer packs as local, because all that smack talk, that's all local. The other person can't hear it. That is a mindset, that's a mind game you can do. Like Muhammad Ali talk crap about his opponents all the time to get them off kilter so that they can't fight as well. But that's like a boxing match. That is a real physical combat thing. We're playing a game. We're all here to have fun. Boxing ain't about having fun. This game is about having fun. I want to have fun with good sportsmanship. Having fun, playing the game, fighting a good opponent, fighting a good team, and there you go, GG at the end. I really want to say GG, not just saying it as a gesture, saying it for real, saying that was a good game. I like those games. Runovers are fine, those are fun and all, but I like a good hard match. I like it hard, as you know. And I just want a game where it's like that. If you taunt spam, if you laugh spam, I have no respect for you. I just don't. Especially when the match is over, that doesn't do anything. That's not getting in someone's head to make them play worse. The game's already over. That's just complete crap to do. That is my mindset on things. That's how I feel about it. Like, there's no reason to rub salt into the wound. There's no reason to just be a dick. To just be an asshole. I just don't care for it. Now, like, did that make sense, what I just said? Like, if it was a combat sport, if it's friggin' UFC, boxing, football, I guess, any of those, you can talk smack because you want to get in their head so they play worse. So you can beat them. But we're playing a game here. Unless it's the pro scene, I don't care for that at all. Ranked, it don't matter. Casual, it don't matter. Esports, it matters. They can talk all the smack they want. It'd be better for sportsmanship, it'd be better for BM to have less of it in casual and everything if the pros were less like that. But they're fighting for money. You can let that pass. But just casual fun, being a complete dick to someone else to win the match, not something I like. I don't like the taunt spam, don't like the last spam. And then when the game's over doing that, just... Why even? That's me. What else is there? Like, these vlogs are catharsis of me going through what I'm thinking about with things. And so you learn more about me and what I'm thinking about through these, and what I'm trying to get through, and what I'm trying to improve on. Quick minute on this, since we're getting pretty deep in this. I think the Fenrir game's still going, though. The Fenrir game's a bit long. As far as the channel goes, we're into summer, so we're making a lot of content right now. I gotta work ahead because of Comic-Con. We're doing all that. What's the word I'm looking for here? So we're making a lot of content right now. I'm streaming a lot more often than normal. And that's good. We're entertaining a lot of people, and that's what's important. Entertaining people. I hate it when I get mad, because some people find it entertaining. Some people get the popcorn when I get mad. And I try my best to try to be entertaining while mad, but sometimes I'm just lost in the rage. So I gotta work on that. I really gotta work on that, for sure. Because I do lose people, and I do also have people who stick around for it. It's weird. It's weird how rage does that for viewers. But it's just something to work on. Definitely something to work on there. Content-wise, we're doing really good with the content. And, like, as much as I give Smite crap, Smite has been a good game to play. It's been very fun. A lot of people enjoy the game. I'm happy for people who enjoy the game. I'm glad we can entertain people through it. And we've learned a lot through 3 years of playing Smite. Editing-wise, entertaining-wise, these guys have been really good experience. The guides are the reason why I was able to make the HOTS guide so good. Why I'm going to make future guides even better, because of the time we spent on Smite. I will never... I am unhappy with Hi-Rez, and I criticize them a lot. But they did make a good game. A game that has been worth playing for a long time. And I will never spit on my past, even if I don't like this or that. It is just criticism, being critical of the past, not being shit about it, I guess. I don't like how Hi-Rez does things. When we move on in whatever time in the future, when we just go and do other things and we're no longer doing anything with Hi-Rez, I will not just talk shit about them because that was in the past or anything like that. Like, Hi-Rez is Hi-Rez, whatever they do in the present, they're in the present, but I won't, because there's some people who crap on their past. I'm not going to crap on the past. That's definitely not something I will do. There were things that Hi-Rez did. Like, in the future, I'll be like, Hi-Rez did some good things, they did some bad things. They made a good game, it was very enjoyable. Good for them with that. And at some point, we just broke out from them. That's basically what it's going to be. Because we're not going to do Smite forever. For my sanity, we can't do Smite forever. We'll always do Smite in a little bit, I'm sure. I want to get all these guides done. Like, that's a goal, is to do every single guide. And we'll see if we get to that. Also, because life happens, work happens, work might lessen how much content we're able to make, which means we have to put in more production. Stuff like that. Who knows? Like, maybe I just, because of work, I'm only able to do, like, a little bit of Smite, so we just have less Smite stuff. Or maybe I'm only able to do the guides. Who knows what happens in the future? That's the future. You never really know. Work might make me do this or that, and so on, such and such. What I can guarantee... Oh, we're going really long with this, but what I can guarantee is this. As we go forward, I'm going to keep giving to the community in general our viewership, because that's what I want to do, and that's why we've been doing daily giveaways on stream. We've been giving away an indie game every day. We have a bunch of indie games we can give away, so we've been giving them away. And we're going to get more indie games to keep giving away. The plan is to be able to give away an indie game every day on stream. That's my plan. When I get a job, I can expand that plan to the channel, to YouTube as well, where we try to give away, not every video, but like every day or every other day, we can give away a game. Like, what I would like to do is when I do a one-shot, also be able to give away a game on of that one-shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did that with Castle Storm because we had an extra copy of that. We have an extra copy of any indie games that I'm doing for the one-shot or a AAA game for the one-shot. I will do that. In the future, having a job will allow me to do that easier, though. And this is... The cynical way to look at it is I'm doing giveaways to get numbers, but the truth of the matter is I'm doing giveaways because I want more people to enjoy games. I freaking love this medium. Games are awesome. Games are great. They're just so fun. You can do something. You can do power fantasy. You can do teamwork fantasy. You can do, let's see, you get the visual novels, you get your relationship fantasy. There's a lot of things you can do. Like, they give you all these different things you can do. Games do that. There's some that can make you sad. Like, there's sad fan. I don't know what the right word for that is. There's mysteries, there's horror. There's so many things that games do. It is a great medium, just like how TV did a lot of great things, movies done a lot of great things, books have done a lot of great things. All these music, all the art, all these mediums do so many great things. The medium of gaming is just so great. I want to share that. People will be cynical saying I'm doing giveaways to get numbers, but the truth of the matter is this. I'm going to be giving away games because I want you guys to have fun with games. Not everyone can afford a lot of games. Sometimes you can only afford 1 or 2 games. That's what's important about the one-shots. That's what's important about Total Biscuit's WTFs. You can't afford every game. You got to be a bit frugal or a bit choosy. TB's WTFs are very helpful with that. That's why I am such a big fan of him. I respect him so much because he makes these things. He tries to be even for the most part. He still has to put his opinion in it because he's a human being. And he does have a lot of mechanical stuff about it, which bores me. But he's doing a service. And that's what the one-shots are as well. And that's what I want to be, a bit of a service. Giving out information worth knowing. Showing off games worth playing. Like, that's what I want to do. At least that's part of it. The LPs are another part. But that's what the one-shots are. Giving you guys a look at something you might want to buy. And also giving you a chance to win one if you can't afford it yourself. That's what I want to do. And that's what will happen after I get a job. Yeah. That's how that is. And then... But that's I don't know. It's just important to me. These games are great. And that's one side of things. Then there's just a lot of stuff. I think we'll probably talk about enough right now. But as always, thank you to everyone for everything. Thank you to Jinx for all of her hard work. She's gonna kill me for how long this vlog is. I think it's about as long as the Fenrir game, though. She's gonna kill me, though. She's gonna kill me because this is long. I just had a lot to talk about. There's a lot of negatives and positives in this thing. A lot of things worth hearing if you are a fan of me, I guess. Just, these vlogs are, like I said, they're catharsis, also me going through my mindset on things, so you get a better understanding of everything. That's what these vlogs are. That's what they are. So there's that. Thank you to Jinx for all of her hard work. She does a lot of hard work. As always, like, so the Patreon. This is a long-distance goal. The Patreon goal is always going to be this. Like, all the money goes to improving the channel. And when it hits, like, it's going to build up over time, over the years. It's going to get climbing up more and more. Like, Jinx has a job she does, and I have a job I do, and then we can put in our own money into the channel as well, besides the Patreon money. But as the Patreon goes up and up, to a point, the plan is, of course, to be able to afford to go full-time with Patreon. Jinx goes full-time first, because Jinx does such amazing editing work, and being able to go full-time would allow her to do even more amazing editing work. And then down the line, I could go full-time next. But Jinx is first because she does a lot of the heavy grunt work. Of course I'm shortchanging a bit, but all the work I do is very important, all the work she does is very important, but editing is a huge chunk of time. What I do is I just have to make sure I'm on point every time. Maybe I do reshoots here and there. Time-wise, like effort-wise, we're even, of course, because we do so much together. But time-wise, she probably does 2/3 of the time, which is why it's important that she goes first. In my opinion, in my belief, it's important that she goes full-on first, so she can full-time do editing, full-time make art, full-time just do everything, and become even better at what she's doing. She's starting to do editing stuff with the Smite games. They're looking really good. They're looking very entertaining. She's coming into her own, making even more editing styles. That's great, and who knows what she'll become further down the line, especially when she can go full-time with it, and then I'll go full-time later. That's the intention of Patreon, is to keep improving the channel. All the Patreon money goes to improving the channel. It goes to just every different facet to do that. And over time, we'll see how it evolves us. And as always, thank you to the patrons, those who can donate in that way. Thank you to everyone who donates in other ways. Everyone's donating in one way or another. You're donating through Patreon. You're donating through... Some people send me games and codes for different things. You're donating through watching us. Consuming our content is helping us, because, well, you're liking our stuff. You're giving us likes, comments, dislikes, whatever. As long as you're interacting with us, it's helping us out in some way, shape, or form. At the center of it all, if you are enjoying the content, then mission accomplished. Thank you for enjoying the content. That is what's most important. So thank you, everybody. I mean it every single time. Thank you. It's important to thank you guys every time. And gals, it's important. There you go. That is the vlog. That is a long beast, and Jinx is going to kill my ass. I had fun making this vlog. Hope you had fun watching it. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.